So to recap, we went over how to configure a server so that one is able to connect. I explained a open server versus a non-open server. If your server does not require a username or password, or at least the one you're connecting to, you can consider that as an open server. However, if it's the opposite, you're going to have to input a username and password. I showed you how to save the server. I briefly touched on how to create TeamTalk files, which that should be self-explanatory if you follow the directions. Next, we are going to connect to the server and we're going to explore what we have here. So we're going to hit enter.
TeamTalk 5 Classic V 5.3.3 dialog. Preview. Connecting to host TTQS hosting.com TCP port 1981 UDP port 1981. Connected. Logging in. Successfully logged in. Server name. The VIP mansion. Welcome home. MOTD. Welcome. Hope you enjoy your stay and please be respectful to one another.
Okay, so what you heard was it said connecting to the server name with the ports and successfully connected. It gave you the server name and it also gave you something called the message of the day. So what exactly is the message of the day? The message of the day, you can think of it as a greeting when you come into the room. For example, if you walk into an office, you'll find a sign that says, welcome to so and no smoking allowed, or please turn off your cell phones when entering the room. Think of that as a virtual sign that you would see when one walks into the office. In this case, I have it set to welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay. Please respect each other. And of course, I have it as the server name of the VIP Mansion Welcome Home. So let's tab and see what we have here.
Output volume slider 50.
Output volume. This is where you can adjust your output volume for everybody, the speakers and whatnot.
Input volume slider 50.
Input volume, of course, your microphone. This is where you can adjust your microphone if you don't want to go through the control panel and turn your microphone on the system up, which I actually recommend that you do so that your microphone is set at a predefined volume in the control panel and you can leave this alone. And then we're going to tab.
Tab control. Chat tab selected.
Now we're in a tree view where it says chat tab, or if we right arrow,
Files tab selected.
files tab. If you recall previously, we talked about the files tab briefly where if somebody were to upload a file like a music song or whatever, this is where you will find the files where you can retrieve from. So if we tab,
Dialog list.
it says dialog list. Right now there's nothing here because nothing's been uploaded, but say somebody uploaded a file, this is where you will find your list of files. Shift F6 allows you to download the file. Shift F5 allows you to upload the file. And Shift Delete key allows you to delete the file. So we're going to tab.
Preview level 0 the VIP mansion. Welcome home 0. Collapse 1 to 1.
Now we're on the tree view. This is where all the channels are in. Depending on your setup, you're going to either be placed into the main channel or you're going to have it in my case where I have it not log into a channel. And if you change your mind, of course, you can go under your preferences by hitting F4, shift tab until you get to the general tab and right arrow twice to the connection, tab in, and you can find the auto join root channel. And of course, you can either check or uncheck it. So we're going to tab.
Output volume slider 50. Input volume slider 50. Tab control. Files tab select.
Files tab. We're back here. So now if we want to go back to the chat, we're going to hit the arrow key, the left arrow key that is.
Chat tab selected.
And we're going to tab.
Dialog. Channel messages edit read only multi-line. Selected connecting to host TTQS hosting.com TCP port 1981.
The chat window. This is where you're going to find, for example, where you connect to the server or somebody sent a channel message. This is where you would read it and who left the server and all that good stuff, who joined different rooms. And if we tab,
type a message to the channel edit. Blank.
Here's where you can type a message. And we're not going to demo it because obviously I'm the only one on the server. I have nobody here. So we are going to tab.
Preview the VIP mansion. Welcome home 0. Collapse 1 to 1 level 0.
And we're back to the channel tree where it says the VIP mansion. So right now it's collapsed. And if I hit the right arrow key,
expanded 0 items.
This is expanded 0 items. And just for this sake, we have 2 channels here created. Well, 3 if you want to include the user groups where we have private channels, or also known as password protected. So we're going to down arrow.
Level 1 afternoon pandemonium on air. Headphones required 1 to 1.
So that is a room, if you can think of it as a room. And yes, I do broadcast on the internet. If you, of course, want to ask about that, you can email me or message me or whatever it is. At the end of this tutorial, again, I will give out my contact information. Then we down arrow.
Love for music. Rhiannon stereo room 0. 1 to 1 level 1.
Love for music. That is a stereo room that Rhiannon created. And then we're going to down arrow.
User offices. Please choose channel 0. Collapse 1 to 1 level 1.
User offices. Please choose channel. This is basically where I have a sub channel, meaning it's a office within a sub office if you must. Or you can think of this as a hallway to cubicles. So we right arrow, of course.
Expanded 0 items.
And we're going to down arrow.
Level 2 Armando's director cabin. Do not disturb. 0, 1 of 1.
Of course, you have my own little office where I don't want to be disturbed when I'm in here.
The tutoring cafe for school and other business. 1 of 1 level 2.
And the tutoring cafe for school and other business. Let's go back to the main channel. In your case, you can hit the home key if you're using a desktop, or you can, of course, do it the long way, which I'm going to show you by collapsing all this with the left arrow.
Level 1 user offices. Please choose channel 0. Expanded 1 of 1. Collapsed. Level 0 the VIP mansion. Welcome home. 0. Expanded 1 of 1.
And as you heard, the more I hit the left arrow key, it brought me back to the main channel, and then I collapsed it again, so I'm going to right arrow.
Expanded. 0 items.
And I'm going to hit enter or control J.
Join channel. The VIP mansion. Welcome home. 1. Join new channel. Channel topic. Disk quota 97,656,250,000,000 KB. Join channel.
And don't worry about the disk quota because it's basically unlimited here, or that some people may have it set to a certain limit. But we're not going to get into the technical jargon in that aspect. We are going to focus on what do we do here. You can see, for example, who's in the channel by hitting your down arrow key.
Level 1 Armando 1 of 1.
And the only person in the channel, of course, is myself. So say, for example, you want to send a private message to an admin. You will find an admin name. You're going to hit enter.
Messages Armando dialog. History edit read only multi-line. Blank.
The first thing it's going to come up with the history. By default, it comes blank. And I'm going to tab.
New message edit multi-line. Blank.
Here's where I can type in a message. And once I'm done typing a message, I press enter and it goes straight to the person in question. Now, if I want to send a channel message to everybody, I hit the escape key out of this window.
TeamTalk 5 Classic V 5.3.
And I'm going to tab until I hear
Type a message to the channel edit. Blank.
Type a message to the channel. This is where I will type it and then I hit enter. And then if I shift tab, it's going to bring me to the messages history or
channel messages edit read only multi-line. Selected connecting.
Channel messages edit box. And then I'm going to tab.
Type a message to the channel edit. Blank. Preview Armando 1 of 1 level 1.
And I'm back here at the channel.